Welcome back to Hi Neighbor. I'm Ned Moultrie.
And I'm Annie Jones. Today your Hi Neighbor host and crew are focusing on the artistic side of the High Country.
As students of our ever-growing liberal arts university, we are surrounded with opportunities that award us the chance to develop our self-expression.
From Appalachian Theater and Dance Productions, the Peel Literature and Arts Review, today's show is about learning to live through art.
We also have a special guest here to speak with us about her long-standing involvement in theater and dance productions in the community and about what art means to her.
Join us today on this creativity-packed episode as we say, Hi Neighbor.
Appalachian State offers a variety of competitive art-heavy majors for students to choose from. But in addition to classes and coursework, our campus is host to the award-winning student-run literary arts publication, The Peel. Here to speak with me today about this amazing outlet for expression is Editor-in-Chief Sadie Maddock. Hey, Sadie.
Hey, how's it going?
Great, great. Thank you for being in studio with us today. I'm Ned Moultrie from Hi Neighbor, and I'm just so excited to have you here.
Yes.
Thank you for showing up for us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Could you please explain a little bit of what The Peel does?
Yeah, so like you said, The Peel is the literature and arts magazine on campus. So our goal is kind of to give students this professional outlet to share their work with the community, the rest of campus, and even across the country. And so each semester we publish an online edition of The Peel, and at the end of the year we publish a print publication.
That is just so awesome. And I just I love the name, like The Peel. It's just, it's awesome. So how do students submit their work to The Peel?
Yeah, so students can submit at our website, which is just thepeelreview.com. There's a little, in the menu, the drop-down menu, there's this Submit tab. And if you click on the Submit tab, then it'll take you to Submittable, which is a platform we use. It's very user-friendly. You create an account using your App State email address, and then you can submit up to 5 pieces of work per category per semester.
That is so dope. So if I could ask, what about this publication would you say kind of separates it from the others that are on campus?
Yeah, so I think what makes it different is a lot of the other arts organizations are maybe focused on the creation of art, like working together to create art. Yeah. Of course, I'm not as involved in those, but The Peel really is aimed at kind of creating this community in addition to this professional platform. And so there is so much artistic talent, and our goal really is to kind of allow students to showcase their work and spread it and get all of these different voices. And so I think the variety we try and extend to pretty much any department on campus, even if it's not specifically art departments. And so we have a pretty wide reach and are trying to kind of bring together all of the different artistic communities.
That is crazy because, it's App State, so there's just so many ways for people to express themselves.
Exactly.
From that expression tunnel to everything. So I'm sure y'all get a lot of submissions, and I know it's probably hard to respond to everybody. So is there any does everybody get feedback, so to say?
Not everyone gets feedback. Everyone will receive an email saying whether or not they get published. But if you submit before our initial deadline, which is September 22nd, then you will receive a written critique from the editor of that committee with input from the committee members as well. And so even though there are a lot of submissions, we really do take the time to make sure that people get the feedback, and so they know they know where we're coming from, and they have some ideas on maybe how to change or work on or improve their work.
Okay. Well, clearly people will be watching this. So do you have any advice for any future students that are looking to submit work anytime soon?
Well, I think the big thing is that you can't just get discouraged, because the nature of the publication is that a lot of people will get rejected. And I know the first semester I submitted work, I didn't have anything published. And so some of it depends on, just the other work that we received that semester. There are a lot of different factors, and so I think the idea is to just kind of put your work out there and take the chance, and don't be afraid to resubmit the same piece or resubmit other works, because even if you don't get published your first semester, there are other opportunities, and it's definitely a learning experience and growing experience.
I just love the whole idea about this. Everything about it seems amazing. I think creativity, you can't put a price on it. So that's just so dope to me. So thank you so much for being here today to give us the inside scoop on everything the Pill brings to our campus and beyond. Coming up, John Park will be interviewing a special guest about her impact on various art forms in our community.
Artistic expression comes in a variety of forms. From photography and spoken word to theater and dance, there is no limit to how each person engages in the arts. Today, I am so pleased to welcome Sandi Solomon to learn more about her generous involvement with the artistic community in the High Country. Sandi, thank you so much for being on our show today.
My pleasure.
Great. Well, I just got to ask, so can you tell us about what you do with theater and dance up here in the High Country?
Well, I think it started when I came up here and a friend knew that I loved ballroom dance, and she wanted to introduce me to the dean of that school. We had lunch, and I was asked if I would speak to the students about ballroom dancing. And I said, I'll not only speak with them, I'd be happy to show them. So we demonstrated 7 different dances, and then we got them up on the floor and had them dancing. So that started about 10 years ago. And between ASU and Leeds McRae College, we've done it many, many times.
That's great. So tell me, you've hosted an on-campus dance this past Saturday, correct?
Friday night, yes.
Friday night, excuse me.
That's okay.
Can you explain what kinds of, what this typically looks like for students here? Or what the event looks like?
Well, one thing for a student, they get a delicious meal. They always like that. It was catered by the Daniel Boone Inn, and we had fried chicken and country fried steak. And the chancellor sent in make your own sundaes, which was wonderful. Everybody loved that. And we danced to the likes of the Lucky Strike Band, and they are fantastic. The dance floor was packed the entire evening. They were from 18 to 81, yet there was no age in the room. Everybody was dancing with everybody else. And by the time we all left, 4 hours later, there were no strangers in the room either.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, how did you develop such a passion for the arts?
I was born to dancing parents. I started dancing with my dad as a toddler on his feet. And by the time I was 12, I was doing dance shows with him at Walter Reed Army Hospital. We lived right adjacent to that. I was born and raised in Washington, D.C. And later on in life, I just always have loved it and continued dancing. And I like promoting it because it's a wonderful pastime for anyone, especially for couples, because it keeps a relationship alive and happy. People that are dancing aren't thinking about guns and other violence. They're just happy doing what they're doing. Music makes people happy. And dancing to it's even better.
For sure. I mean, it fosters a sense of community, right?
Completely.
Yeah.
Like I said, we were from 18 to 81, and we danced with the students, and the students came and danced with us. It was really terrific.
No, yeah, that's a beautiful thing. And speaking to that, what do you think the arts do for communities? What do you think that does for just humans in general?
Well, I think it gives people something to do and a happiness, seeing other people have a talent. It makes you want to improve yourself, maybe that you have something special to give back to others.
For sure. So what are some of your hopes for the future of theater and dance here in the High Country?
Well, we have a wonderful App Summer. I've actually been on that board for about 4 years now. I work with Denise Ringler, and she does a great job. We bring in terrific talent. We just had our 35th anniversary, and we had great talent all summer long. And also, I've been with Leeds McRae College on their advisory board for the past probably 6 years now, and we do 3 shows a year out there, and people come. And what I do, I like to bring the Western Youth Network children. they're from 11 to 14, and every year I take them to a show. I take them to the film here at ASU. They have a youth film series, and I sponsor that as well. And the kids enjoy all the different movies, and we take them to the theater and we show them the lights and the sounds and behind the stage. And they can right away identify and think maybe they want to do lighting or sound or go into the theater and act.
For sure. I mean, it's always important to give those kinds of opportunities to young people.
Exactly.
That's great. So what would you suggest to someone who's considering taking up dance or theater or one of those art forms and they're just not sure of how to get started?
Well, as far as a student is concerned, they would just enroll in those classes.
Mm-hmm.
If they want to take up theater art, start learning, start going to the classes, hang with the others that are perhaps already been in school and can tutor them a little bit on how to go about it. As far as dancing is concerned, you can always go on YouTube and find the different types of dance that you'd like to learn and find out where they give lessons and just go for it.
That's great. I love that message. It's always really nice to get involved.
Yes.
So I want to thank you so much for being here today to share more about your passion, generosity, and success here in our community. Before moving on to an upcoming theater production on campus, let's take a closer look at what one of Sandi's on-campus dancing events looks like.
Hi Neighbor, I'm Tanner Mazzell, one of the producers of Hi Neighbor, and I'm here at the 4th Annual Fall Dance, an event produced by Sandi Solomon. We have here an attendant of the dance, Tessa Meyer, and we're just wondering what brought you here this evening.
Well, I'm with the Swing Dance Club at App State. So Sandi invites a lot of different dance groups and clubs from around the area, from the local community. We got the local Shag Club, as well as the Shag Club from Boone. And so just a lot of different dance groups. We all get to get together every year and kind of learn from each other, have a lot of fun and dance all night. And it's multi-generational too, so you get to learn from pros that are doing it for their whole lives. So it's a lot of fun.
That sounds awesome. I'm glad to be here then, if I can learn from the pros. So, have you been to an annual fall dance before?
Yes, I was here last year. That was the first year I joined the Swing Dance Club. And even though I was just starting to learn at that point, it's still a ton of fun because there's people, if you don't know what you're doing, they'll teach you. So, it's fun for everybody.
Hi, neighbor. Welcome back to Theater and Dance Today. I'm your host, Professor Derek, and I'm excited for another season with brand new shows and more behind the scenes on how each production is produced. Now, today I have with me two actors from the upcoming show, Peter and the Starcatcher. The story explores how a young orphan ultimately becomes Peter Pan, but it's got music, it's got pirates, it's got ships, and a whole lot more. So I'm with Dalton and Alex, who play Peter, and Molly from Peter and the Starcatcher. First of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Alex, let's start with you first. You're a freshman coming into college theater. What's that transition been like so far?
It's been great, really.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having so much fun. It's great to work on a better stage than I had at my high school, and just with people who care a lot more. So it's an upgrade, really.
Great. So they're really showing you the ropes, pun intended, right? And Dalton, you're a junior.
Yes.
I better get this right. I just asked you that. And you're a performance major here. What's it like being a performance major in the theater program?
It's wonderful. It's just a good time all the time. I get to do what I love with people that are always great and supportive, and faculty also help a ton. And it's just better than I could have imagined.
Cool. So let's hone in on Peter and the Starcatcher now. So it's set in the late 1800s with pirates.
Oh, yeah.
And Lost Boys and the whole 9 yards. So what would an audience member expect to see coming in cold and not knowing anything about the show?
It's just a lot of fun. It's a fun show to be a part of. It's it has its lighthearted moments, but also delves into more serious topics. But it's great because we have pirates, like you said, Navy, seamen, ships, anything you could dream of.
I just definitely come prepared with your English listening ears on because we speak in accents. I know that's difficult for some people. Period costumes, and it's just so much fun. I love it.
Now, what is the relationship between your characters? Your character starts off as boy, and then later gets the name. So, how do you guys end up interacting during the course of the show?
So we start. Molly kind of comes in and introduces herself. They kind of start off as friends, I guess, and then it develops into more of a romantic kind of interest towards the end. Yeah.
Anything to add?
Yeah, it's kind of just a moment of chance that they're both on the same ship at the same time, and just circumstances work out where they end up running into each other, and that starts this wild adventure, which is the show. And like she said, the relationship starts as a friendship and just grows and grows until we see the start of what could be a romantic relationship.
So this is sort of the prequel, if you will, to Peter Pan?
Yes.
So there's things like an island and a shipwreck. Can you tell me a little bit about what goes on? Without giving too much of the plot away.
Okay. So we have, Act 1, we have 2 ships, and
it's all on the sea. It's all Act 1.
Yep. And circumstances of weather and pirates results in a shipwreck, which leaves a good majority of the cast on an island where Peter and a few other characters are trying to hide a valuable item from these pirates and keep it safe. And being in a new location that none of them have been in before really adds that element of almost fear for them, but also it's exhilarating.
And of course there's natives on the island who are kind of comical as well.
Yes.
So they have to run and hide this treasure from the natives as well as the pirates, and it's just so crazy.
So how have it, this sounds kind of, there's music as well as a lot of movement. A lot of you guys going, making sword sounds and whatnot. How have rehearsals been? I mean, what's a typical rehearsal for a play like this?
It's a lot of us working together to create everything that needs to happen, of course. And what do you have to say about that?
It really starts with us going through the lines while we're on stage, grabbing whatever props we can, and really delving into our imagination to try to show the audience what we see in our minds when we are reading this scene, to try to make the story a whole.
Yeah, there's a lot of direct narration to the audience, which is different than what, everybody thinks, oh, you never talk to the audience and whatnot. This is a sort of a classical play. Characters address the audience. What is that like as opposed to, more modern play where you never talk to the audience?
It's a new experience. I do like the fact that we don't really break our character. We adapt into the narrator version of ourselves to add in some details that aren't explicitly said before that, which fills in some holes in the plot and also some of what's going on in the setting. And I think that's really interesting and can help the audience understand more if they're struggling.
Makes a lot of sense. And it's more, when I heard it the other night at rehearsal, it's more like an old Warner Brothers cartoon than it is a straight children's show. I mean, there's some grown-up humor in this that people of all ages are going to appreciate what's going on with this, and a lot of examples of it, a lot of nautical humor as well. Well, great. Thanks for coming, and look forward to it. And that's Peter and the Starcatcher. Because it's run at the Valborg Theatre on Wednesday, October 2nd, and ends Sunday, October 6th. For more information and for tickets, you can call 4046 or www.theaterdance.appstate.edu. For Theater and Dance today, I'm your host, Professor Derek, and I will see you at the theater.
That's all for this week's episode.
Thank you for joining us today to learn more about art in our community. Hopefully this will inspire you to get out there and create.
Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at watchapptv.com and check out our YouTube channel at AppTV for more content.
Until next time,
bye neighbor.